Good afternoon, family. Good afternoon, family. How you doing? Like, tag, and share as you come on. If you're not following, hit that notification button so you can know when I'm going live, getting all the updates and everything. Also, them secret lovers, they want everybody to know that y'all together, so they're going to grab your phone and go live. So you better keep your phone close to you. So that was the good humor of the day. So I think I'm still in the birthing chamber, so want to kind of do some life application to marrying your assignment, in which to give you some clarity, give you some understanding, to give you some more elaboration on it. Just because you have the same titles, that don't make you a power couple. Just because you have the same positions in ministry, that don't make you a power couple. Just because you attend the same church, or you're in the same denomination, same affiliation or fellowship or association, doesn't make you a power couple. That's how many people are married their assignments, because they're going by titles and positions and church sizes and membership, or who the leader is over the church, or how many churches is in that denomination or region or district, and all those kind of things. But those kind of things don't make you a power couple. So you gotta not choose your mate because of that. It's just really important. Another thing is you can't choose a mate according to somebody that God has sent to you to pray for you, or you pray for them. That's an assignment. Sometimes when people start engaging in prayer, becoming prayer partners, or regularly praying together, sometimes people take that to be intimate, and they keep contacting you for prayer when it was just your assignment. It was a one-time thing for you to do. Sometimes it's continuous at certain points, but you got to know your place in the assignment, so you don't turn it personal. Because many people have taken preaching personally, praying personally, a word being imparted or prophesied to them, help, and all these kind of things, and turn it into a relationship or situationship, engagement and marriage. So you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful in this season that you don't turn your assignments personal. Just because you engage with someone, or you interact with someone more than normal, and y'all connect spiritually, don't mean that you're equally yoked, because different people have different spiritual levels and spiritual ranks in the spirit, and so you have to definitely use discernment, because if you're a general in the spirit, you don't need to connect with a babe. That's for you to edify. That's for you to build up. That's for you to teach. That's for you to that's for you to help send forth. Those kind of things. Blessings to you, my sister, and everyone that's getting on. You got to be real attentive, and use discernment. Just because you a prophet and they a prophetess, that don't mean that God is aligning y'all for the prophetic, for y'all to flow and be together and go together, because God will show you things about yourself and them that may not be a fit. And just because you are spiritually yoked, that don't mean that you are mentally yoked, psychologically yoked, socially, family-wise. Some people, they're great in ministry, but bad at family, Some people are great preachers, great orators, great teachers, great leaders, church planners, and all sorts of things. But when it comes to family and friends, they antisocial. So you got to make sure you don't marry your assignment because you got to have the package deal. You got to have the package deal. You got to have somebody that's family oriented. If you're going to be in a marriage, if you're going to be in a union, who's going to interact with your family, your friends, your child or your children, because in this day and age, most people have blended families, or have had a child, from a previous marriage or relationship or relationships. So those are some things that you definitely need to know before marrying your assignment. Just because you attend a fellowship at the same church, that don't mean that you should hook up or begin a relationship or consider that person as a spouse or a mate. It's just somebody that you go to church with. It's just somebody that you fellowship with. I would advise you as a professional, as a public figure, that you keep ministry and your personal life separated, and then you won't have the monopoly of choosing people because you attend the same church and the same fellowship or same association or district, or you fellowship in the same circles. You got to be definitely mindful of that. And don't marry your assignment because the leadership wants to hook you up. The leadership saying, y'all look good together. Y'all would make a great couple. Y'all would make a power couple. Y'all would make a great team in ministry. Y'all can get together and do great things in the kingdom of God. Make sure you get that word from God. When you hear a word that's being imparted to you or spoken to you, ask God, is that what He's saying to you? I don't care what leader says it. Make sure that you get the confirmation for yourself. That's why people are marrying their assignments also, because they are listening to leaders more than they're listening to God. Excuse me. And you got to hear from God. You got to let the Holy Spirit lead you and guide you and teach you. And so, that's very vital and important that you know that, because there are a lot of people married, hooked up, in relationships and situationships because of leadership. They've gone in circles, detours. I know there's one pastor, I know a few pastors that have been in certain denominations and certain organizations and associations, and one of the requirements is that they must be married to be licensed and ordained, or to pastor the church, or to be able to preach at the church. They marry them off in the church. See, so that's how people marry their assignments to go forth in ministry, to have a position, to have a title, to get a church. You better be very careful that the requirements that are required by a church or denomination or organization fellowship or association lines up with what God has called you to do, ordained for you to do, and the mantle that He's placed over your life. And you got to be ever so careful. You got to be ever so careful to not fall in to that, because that can cause you a great detour. And just because y'all both singers or musicians or what have you, that don't mean that's alignment. Everything has a different degree of grace. Just because you are author and they are author, that don't mean that's alignment. That don't mean that's unity. Whatever your ministry is, whatever your gift is, whatever your calling is, you better make sure that you have the right fit. Because there's a right fit that God has only planned and purposed and created a masterpiece for your life. And only them make a fit. Only them make a fit. So you got to be mindful of marrying your assignment. Because it's easy to get entangled when you fellowshipping in ministry and you seeing people on a regular basis. Sunday or Wednesday or Tuesday night for Bible study, or Thursday night, whichever night they doing Bible study, or revivals, conferences, or you post regular, interacting regular. You better pray. You better pray for discernment, so you don't miss your God-given mate, the mate that God has ordained for you, that He's orchestrated for your life. Because if you do, you're going to detour, and you regret it, and you will abort your destiny. And the sad fact of the matter is, everybody who's in ministry, your mate might not be in ministry. Your mate might not be in ministry. They might be, a regular 9-to-5 blue-collar worker. They might be a business owner, an entrepreneur. Or maybe your season of church planting may not even come until both of you get on the same spiritual page and get some things together aligned in your life. And that's how a lot of people marry their assignments too, because they focus on ready-made. They want you to already have the building, already have the church, the congregation, the following, the platforms. You already got to have written 5 books. You got to already have 5 churches under you. You got to have going, to Africa and Asia and Europe and all these places are, you're not as anointed. So beware of marrying your assignment, because you don't want to wait for what God has for you. And what God has for you is magnificent, it's life-changing, and nobody can do or bring a birth forth into your life what He has planned and purposed for them, because He created that individual just for you. He created a husband just for you. He created a wife just for you. Your spouse is designed for your life, for your ministry, for your family. Y'all come together in unity and alignment to break generational curses and bring generational wealth, to break the bloodline of poverty that's been released from some of our great-grandparents and grandparents and mothers and fathers. So don't miss out on your mate because you want to marry your assignment, because that could alter generational wealth that God has planned and purposed in your life. So you got to be real careful. You got to be real careful. You got to be real careful in the season because you can cause a spiritual abortion for the generational wealth that God has planned and purposed for your bloodline. That's how important the mate, the spouse, that best friend that God has for you. That's that kingdom mate. That's forever. And it's nobody else that can replace them. That's why some of you, this year, 2022, got to have discernment because some of you need to reconcile and do the work, get forgiveness, apologize, get rid of the pride. Not just get rid of the pride, but kill the pride. Let the pride go. Let the pride die. So Christ can arise in you. And so y'all can do the work and get the ministry together in whatever capacity that is. The marriage assignment. Some people ministry is just their home. Some people ministry is just their home. You need to oversee your home. You need to preach at home. You need to teach at home. You need to pray at home before you go to the building. See, some things you gotta have in order first before God begin to launch you out and send you forward. People ask me all the time, why all these people follow you or how you've been to all these different places. I'm just obedient to what God has called me to do. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not perfect by far. I never will proclaim to be perfect, but I'm a realist and I'm a progressive. And so, don't marry your son. Don't go by the outer shell. Check that fruit. Build that relationship, that friendship. Friendship is the foundation to everything. So get to know a person outside of their title, outside of their ministry, outside of their management, their building, their platform, or whatever else that makes them the individual that they are, so that you don't marry your assignment. And go ahead and break those soul ties with people that you have laid with, so that you'll be able to release yourself for your husband or your wife that God is sending you, that you will be bound up to free yourself when the times to go to that level, to unite and become one and say I do. So until next time, just want to drop that on with your friend and brother, BishopAnthonyMUtsey. Hope you're having a great day. And don't marry your assignment. Very important, very key.